Hello everybody. No, I'm not really feeling much better, but if I don't do it now, it's not going to happen this week, and so I'm kind of forcing myself to do this so that it gets done, so that I'm not going, so that, you know, it gets done. There may not be a Stitch With Me video this week. It's going to kind of probably depend on how I feel. Between not feeling good, everybody at work has lost their daggone minds because the boss is on vacation, and oh yeah, state inspector showed up yesterday while the boss is on vacation, while the owner wasn't there yet. Because when the owner comes in, she don't come in before noon, unless it's an emergency. I mean, I probably wouldn't either if I probably wouldn't either. But it was a bit of an emergency. A little bit. Well, it was actually only a little bit of an emergency because I actually knew where everything was that we needed. So, go me for that. Go my boss for getting me up to speed where we needed to be. Also, by the way. So, you can see I'm a little sunburned on the top of my forehead. I had a great time this weekend at my aunt's lake house and at Fest. I will put clips from the lake house on the end of the video, and I think I took a couple of 3 or 4 pictures at Fest. I actually didn't take a whole lot of pictures this weekend because I would rather participate than sit there and take pictures. It's kind of how I am. My hair looks like a wreck. So, but we had a good time, but like at the end of the day, I got lazy with the sunscreen at the lake, and there's like a patch on my shoulders where I didn't quite reach far enough to get the sunscreen on. And then Sunday, down here, I thought down here was getting sunburned, but really it was because I was sweating like sunscreen into my, I was like sweating sunscreen into my eyes. I don't think I was really sweating sunscreen. I might have been. It was my homemade sunscreen. My homemade sunscreen worked really, really well, with the exception of forgetting to put it on my shoulders, and Joe forgot to reapply sunscreen after he got out of the lake at the end of the day Saturday. So he got a little sunburnt. It's not waterproof, but it worked really well. And I like sweated a bunch of it down. So like at the end of the day on Sunday, I didn't want to put sunscreen, a lot of sunscreen on my face because it was just sweating into my eyes and making my eyes hurt. So anyways, I had to touch a sunscreen, a sunburn up there. Not bad, not bad. At least I wore sunscreen. So, you know, there's that. So, also of note, in case you did not watch my Stitch With Me video, I know I was talking last week about yay me, I can edit my videos. Excuse me. We also figured out that my phone likes to desync the video from the audio. I don't know why. I really don't know how it's accomplishing this. I kind of have it narrowed down to when my phone freezes, because it looks like it stops recording the video but keeps recording the audio. So either way, it kind of has that really bad dubbed effect where my lips are moving one thing and you can hear another, and I know that can be really irritating, and I want to make nice video, you know, I want to make nice videos. I want to make videos people enjoy watching. So, without making it heavily over-edited, I'm just going to stop the video in between, like, my little intro, my haul, my whips, some, you know, finishes between things that I'm talking about, and I'll just throw up, like, a little graphic or something. So that way, A, if it does freeze and I don't catch it, I don't see it stop, it's easier for me to like refilm that clip. And B, if it freezes and I don't catch it before it's put up, you're not having to sit and watch a whole video where I look like a bad Godzilla movie. I think that's politeness. I think that would make me, I think as a viewer, that's something I would appreciate. So that's what we're going to do. So, and I apologize that there are landscapers across the street. working on the yard. But I'm not sorry that they're over there, because at the beginning of summer, that yard was like the jungle. It was so overgrown. So overgrown. It was so overgrown they tried to mow it with a push mower and it didn't work. It was bad. But I was amused watching that. So also of mention, if you don't watch Michelle over at Bendy Stitchy, what is wrong with you? Why are you not watching her? She is fantastic. She's hilarious. I like the really funny ones. You FlossTubers. I do. I really like her. She's great. She's very interactive too with her viewers. She'll comment at least once on your comments, which is nice, you know, because then you kind of see that she actually is reading what you're saying and not just hitting the love button. I try to read what you guys are saying. I know Andrea mentioned something on my video this morning that I haven't read yet because I forgot it was there. But she is doing an Alzheimer's live sale here on YouTube. She's going to go live, hold something up, you're going to say, I want that, and you're going to get it if you're the first person. And she's selling, excuse me, she's selling everything for reasonable retail, maybe a little bit less than retail, maybe a little bit more than retail, depending on what your retail is. But all of the money goes to Alzheimer's. She's doing the walk in October in Eugene, Oregon. And if you're in Eugene, Oregon, or in the area, or, you know, can get to Eugene, Oregon for the walk, she is rallying to try to get people to do the walk with her. Go watch her video. You'll see. She's also doing a auction on Instagram. I will link her Instagram as well. And she explains the Instagram auction on her video. She explains the live sale on her video. Go support her for me. Alzheimer's is important to me because my grandfather had it, his sister-in-law had it, my great aunt, and my sister-in-law's mother, who my sister-in-law is not much older than I am. She's only a year older than I am. My sister-in-law's mother, who's in her 60s, has it. So it's something important to me. It's something I really would appreciate you guys supporting. So I will link all of Michelle's stuff for you so that you know where to find it. So I almost knocked my camera over. I was like, wait, don't fall. Moving along. I'm going to do Happy Mail and haul in the same clip. Particularly this week because I only got, excuse me, a little bit of Happy Mail. I did get some Happy Mail from my friend Andrea. She sent me 2 pieces of fabric, one for the gift basket, the gift raffle basket for the retreat I'm attending in September to put in with the stuff that I'm donating in my basket. Does that make sense? Yeah, that made sense. And then one to keep. She's like, pick whichever one you want to keep. So I know which one I'm keeping. I'm keeping the Ada. 14 count Ada. Do the, oh god, now I can't remember what. Yeah, there's somebody that holds stuff up like this. And now I can't remember who it is. But you can't see the whole piece if I do that. So, this is a 14 count soft Ada. It is a Silk Weavers. I don't know what the size is. I don't know what the size is. It's 14 count. I don't know how big it is. There isn't a color listed on it, so it must be like a... Yeah. I don't know what the size is. I really don't. I was looking again. So I'm keeping that one for myself because it's 14 count. And this is a linen. This is the other piece she sent me. It's a linen. I don't stitch on linen. I don't know. I tried once upon a time, but I didn't do very good. Let's see, can you see the whole thing? Oh, yes, you can. There you go. It's nice. It's really pretty. It's got some really pretty modeling in it. It's an orange, which I don't normally go for orange. But I'm sure I will find something to make with it because it's pretty. It's pretty, 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 pretty. This is a casual linen. Also silk weavers. It's a 13 by 18 piece. So this is going to go in my goodie bag of stuff. It's already in there. It's over there now. Actually, I should probably put it in the plastic bag. So that was my Happy Meal. Moving along to things that I bought. Holy crap. I went shop heavy this week. I was watching, I can't remember her first name now, over at Stitch All the Things. Stitch All the Things. That's her YouTube. That's her FlossTube name. I can't remember her real name. And now I feel really stupid because I didn't write it down. I was like, oh, remember I need to write it down. Yeah, no. I was watching her video the other day, and she said that she laid out all that she had bought over the summer. Because she was emotional shopping this summer because her son is in Navy boot camp. She was emotionally shopping this summer. She's like, it was carnage. It was straight carnage. I can't even share it with you. But, it happens. I told her I emotionally shop too. Because I do. I went shopping happy. So I showed you guys last week our haul from Claire's Stitching Post. And Joe's Dragons of Sumatra. Yeah. Ink circle pattern that he's going to do. I ordered the floss off of 123 Stitch. And you can't see that because it's really glary. It wasn't really glary when I first did this. It is 115. It's a variegated. It's just the regular cotton. It's variegated. He wanted something that had the dark red, the dark to light red. So that's what we went with. And I was able to find it in a DMC. I ordered him way more than he's probably going to need. But I would rather him have more than he needs than not enough. Because y'all know how red dye lots go. I ordered him way more than he needed. I can use it for something, I'm sure. I've got at least one pattern that I know if there's too much, I can use it for. I'm probably going to get to that pattern before he gets done with that, though. Just saying. I'm sure I can use it for something. So, Tuesday I went to Just Stitching for stitching and pizza night. Ooh, I just messed my hair up big time. And my other patterns for Main Street came in. So, I got, this is Art Gallery. This is probably going to change to something completely different. This is Bookstore, which will probably be changed to a library. Because Wellington doesn't have a bookstore, they have a library. This is Cafe. I may pick a little cafe from downtown. And this is, what is this? Coffee shop. There is a coffee shop, but it's relatively new. So I don't know if I want to blend the old with the new. I don't know if there was an old. I know there used to be bakery. I'm going to have to do some research. I'm going to stick my mom on some research this weekend with me. We don't figure this out. Flower shop. And I am changing all of the colors in this probably. None of the buildings are probably going to be the same colors. Especially the blue buildings. I don't do light blue. I don't do light blue, I don't do yellow, period, and I don't really care for orange. I'm kind of weird with colors. And then the grocery store, which will be different colors. Everything's going to probably end up different colors. It is what it is. Put my piles everywhere. And then Gina over at Gina's Unique Needle Minders. Posted some things up over, I think it was last weekend. It was the weekend I was at the wedding. And I bought a couple things, and those came in the mail this week. So I got a Beauty and the Beast needle minder. And then a Carriage needle minder. And they're flat, plastic. But they're really cute. They're really pretty. It's Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. I'm obsessed, can you tell? And then this came today. Yay. I wasn't expecting it until tomorrow. So it came. My Fabulicious Fiber of the Month Club. I got a little, she put a little free gift in with all of the monthly clubs because this is her 4-year anniversary month. Unfortunately, this is going to be the last month I subscribe. Hear me out. I love her threads. I do. I have no objections to her threads. Her monthly club is totally reasonable. Her monthly club is totally reasonable. But I'm not using what I'm buying. I have a huge bag, gallon-sized Ziploc bag, full of thread from her, but I'm not using. So I decided I can't afford to do 2 clubs for the month, for each month. So I'm doing the Victorian Motto Samplers Thread Club, and I'm dropping Fiberlicious, which kind of makes me sad. But gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, so my free gift is called Papa. It's really pretty. But what do I do with that? I'm sure I can find a small, like, a small something that would look suitable in, you know, just stitching just one type of thread. But I am making the Christmas ornament, so I'm sure I have something that I can do with this, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? It does make me sad, though, because I really like her threads. Okay, so this month I got Empress. It's really nice. It's brown with pink. It's pink and brown, which I think is a really cool color combo. The brown isn't showing up as... Oh, that's a little better. The brown isn't showing up as dark as it looks sitting here looking at it. That's really cool. I can come up with a couple things to do with that. This is called Phoenix. It's reds and oranges and yellows. An idea for this. What is this called? This is called Night's Watch. It's got browns and blues. Very pretty. Very pretty. Oh, here's a nice orange. Almost dropped it. This is called Bollywood. It's just a light orange to a dark orange. Definitely got uses for that. And then this is called Wildflowers. Ooh, that is really pretty. I'm gonna have to find something to do with that. See, I'm gonna have to find some things to do with these because they're really pretty. This would make really pretty flowers. That's an idea. Some of these would make really nice flowers. Like on, you know, if you have a chart that's got flowers. Or if you've got something charted in a single color. See, I've got ideas now. I've got ideas now. I forgot to grab something. It's right here, but you're going to have to see me stand up. Unless I decide to edit it out. You're probably going to see me stand up. Alright, so that's that, and then, okay. That's all the haul, except for one thing. I've gone off the deep end, y'all. I've gone off the deep end. I told y'all, I went off the deep end this week shopping. I've gone off the deep end. There's more stuff coming that I bought this week. It just hasn't shipped yet. And if it doesn't ship soon, I may explode. Not because they're an unreliable shipper, but I bought Home for the Holidays by Blackbird Designs from Down Sunshine Lane. If you are an avid FlossTuber, you know why I have this book. Yes, you do. You know that Lynette at Homesteading on the Homefront is hosting a stitch-along for this pattern. It is called 'Tis the Season. Is it not amazing? Amazing. I literally for 3 weeks went back and forth about whether or not I wanted to do this project. Because I did have to buy the book. They don't have the pattern standalone. Well, I think they used to, but they don't anymore. I don't know. It's a $26 book. Y'all know. I ain't got money like that. As you can see, I decided to buy the book. Bendy Stitchy again. It's all your fault, Bendy. It's all your fault, Michelle. I don't think she watches my channel. I mean, it would be kind of fun if she did. But, yes. So, as is pictured, as is pictured, it is in French. They give you the English translation. This is the back of the book with a really up close of the bird, of the cardinal. Look at how gorgeous he is. Look at how gorgeous he is. So they give you, it's in French, it's charted in French. Like the book isn't in French, just that particular pattern. The saying is in French. And the saying says, 'tis the season to be jolly. And they have it charted in English. My crazy self, because I'm crazy, decided I was going to do the translation in Slovak. Because I'm crazy. Because I'm crazy. Because I'm crazy. And they say that when cardinals visit your garden, it is a loved one from heaven visiting you. And it is Christmas. And if you watched my Stitch With Me video, you will understand why Christmas and loved ones is important. So, I'm going to stitch it. I have changed the wording to chart out in Slovak. That ought to be fun. It fits, and I actually have a little bit of wiggle room, which is good because I have one word that's got one of those really weird asterisk or apostrophe accented letters, so I gotta make the accent look right. So, hang on. Get my fabric. And if you watched the ice tying video, you saw me dyeing the fabric for it. Is that not beautiful? Actually, it doesn't look nearly as awesome on the camera as it does in real life. At first I was like, oh, it's darker, it's splotchy. That's a little bit better. It is splotchy. I showed it to my husband. I showed it to Johnny. He said, that looks like a night sky. He said that looks like a winter's night sky. And it does, doesn't it? It looks like a winter's night. And seeing how the Slovak tradition really places heavily emphasis on Christmas Eve and not really Christmas Day. Night sky. I knew I was going to have to do the chart in Slovak. So that's why I charted it in Slovak. My threads are on their way. Nancy at Victorian Motto Samplers did a special thread pack for it. I did buy the special thread pack. Folks, I've spent way more money on this project than I really... So, let's do whips. Whips. So while we're traveling this weekend, my aunt's lake house is 2.5 hours from our house. I had lots of hard time to stitch. I did a 2-hour drive to my aunt's lake house, hour drive to the fest. I stitched while we were at the lake house. I actually stitched at the fest. You know, kind of weird. I stitch a lot. I didn't have a whole lot of stitching time while we were at the lake house and at fest, but, you know, in the car I did. So, hands-on design, here on chalk. That's what I worked on. And as you can see, no, you can't because I'm not holding it up right. As you can see, I've gotten all of the white stitched, and I am working on the lettering. And yes, I started the E before finishing the R. I was sitting there happily stitching away on the E and went, I'm a dork, and didn't stitch on the R. It is not the called for thread. And it's not a very variegated thread. It is a hand-dyed thread, but it's not very variegated, so it's fine. So the chart calls for Gentle Art Samplers Chalk and Geranium. I am using just DMC white because I have a bunch of white. I keep finding bobbins of white thread. It's like black. I keep finding bobbins of black thread. I have a cone of black thread. I bought like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. No, it's been a while. I have a cone of black thread. Ain't anywhere close to using it. That cone's gonna last me for the rest of my life. Cone of white thread would be kind of nice. No. So I'm using DMC white, and I am using a Fiberlicious thread. The red is Fiberlicious Cranberry Sauce. I like it. It's got very subtle variegation to it. You really have to be looking at it. Overall, it's not variegated really heavily. So, I don't know when I'm going to finish that. Like I said, it's my car piece. I know I'm supposed to be stitching on Cinderella. It's working on Cinderella's backstitch. That's tonight's project. Because I'm doing it Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. And I will get to Monday when I get to finishes, because I actually had something I finished on Monday. But Cinderella hasn't been touched yet this week because I was working on this on Saturday and Sunday, because I didn't want to take my ornament with me on Sunday. I didn't want to do Santa Sunday, because there was a lot of color changes. So, then last night, well, I'll show you the whole thing in a minute. So then we're also working on DesignWorks Life's Moments. I stitched on this most of last week, and I was able to finish the first block. And yes, I taped the outside edge of my fabric because it was fraying so bad. So I finished this part, this block on Friday night. I felt so bad yesterday, this is all I stitched last night. It is 86 stitches. You know how I know that? Because it is 43 stitches up. And it's doubled. 86 stitches last night. That was all I did. I was definitely not feeling it last night. I'm going to attempt to show you my finishes. Apparently, my camera doesn't want me to show you my finishes this week because it won't let me film them and it won't load them right. This has basically been the demonstration of my whole week. And now it's, what, 8 o'clock at night. I'm trying to refilm this. My husband's in the other room. He doesn't care, but I don't want him listening to me. This is my whole week. Okay. Show you the finish before I show you where I got it from. I finished Merry Stitchmas. I did not have Santa Sunday. I had Merry Monday. I finished it on Monday because I was at Fest on Sunday. Wasn't taking this to Fest. Because there's a lot of colors. This is small, but there is quite a few colors in it. And you know, sometimes things with multiple colors you don't want, you know, when you're doing something like that, you don't want to have something you have to pay attention to. So, I changed, what did I change? I changed the way the stitching is on these big X's and these X's. I changed the needle and the pins is a metallic, and I don't remember what my list is. Hold, please. Okay. The needle and the pins is straight stitches done in DMC E168 in metallic. The scissor handles, there's two colors of gold in there. There's a light gold, which I did in DMC E321. And then the darker gold is a Kreinik number 8 fine braid 202. The scissor blade is two grays, a light gray, which is DMC E168, and a dark gray, DMC E415. I did the wording in a metallic, DMC's E321. I pulled all of the thread out of my stash, so they may have changed the color numbers, because I know they changed a bunch of color numbers a while ago. They may have changed the color numbers, but there it is. Oh, and I made a little boo-boo. The tape measure spool thing was supposed to be a lighter brown. I stitched it in the brown that everything else is back stitched in. I prefer it in that color anyways. Let me, if I pop open the book, it was a pattern out of Just Cross Stitch, 2013 Christmas Ornaments, Sue Hillis's Merry Stitchmas. You can see their spool is a lighter brown. I like my darker brown. I have to add the buttons still. There's 4 buttons on it. It's actually, the pattern actually calls for 2 buttons. You're supposed to stitch all 4, like cross stitch all 4 on, and then sew 2 buttons over the cross stitch. Sorry, Sue, I don't think that seems, I don't like that. So I'm just going to put 4 buttons on it. I had just got the buttons today, so I will finish that sometime this week. Maybe tonight, because it's already 8 o'clock at night. Guess what I haven't worked on yet. So a previous finish to share with you is my name tag from my 2015 cross stitch retreat. I also use this for 2016. It's a little shiny. It's stitched on perforated paper. It's actually a perler bead pattern for Belle, I think. I came up with the letters for my name and my state. Stitched in all the back. You know, obviously stitched in Belle and stitched in Belle the letters and then did the back stitch. I'm thinking about changing that to something different for this year. Who knows? Okay, that's all I got. My camera didn't freeze, which is great news for me, because I was getting really pissed. I was getting really mad. Okay, that's all I have for this week. There may not be a Stitch With Me video this week. I know I have until Friday night to film it. Well, technically Saturday morning, but there's a lot going on, and it's been a very stressful week, and I haven't really felt like stitching, honestly. We'll see what happens tomorrow when I normally film it. But if I don't see you on Saturday for a Stitch With Me video, I will see you next week for my normal FlossTube update. You guys be kind to each other and keep on stitching.